To play a little bit of Chris Matthews of MSNBC. And you know how the left is always accusing the right, conservatives, of being bad guys, right? They're bad people. They're mean. They're haters. Well, have a listen to Chris Matthews trying to make this point. This is on it's a conference, National Action Network. In New York City here, cut number 14.
This election coming up in November is going to be a tough one for the progressives. It's just going to be tough because there's a negative intensity out there on the right. They really hate. They know how to do that. They're really good at hating. And you don't have to be complicated about hating. It's a simple message. Screw this guy.
Yes, the conservatives hate. They hate people. When they don't want to increase the minimum wage, it's because they hate workers. They want them to make a little bit of money. That's the rationale, right? They know the minimum wage is good because it will raise wages, but they don't want to raise wages because they hate all the low-wage workers. They hate the minorities. They hate the unemployed. It's all about hate. Everything that the conservatives want to do, it's all based in hatred, right? It's not based on knowledge, but on hatred, which is so ironic because the real haters are on the left. They're the ones that don't tolerate differences of opinion, right? Those are the people who hate. Remember the reaction to my Walmart video, all the hatred I got, all the death threats, people wishing me dead, wishing my family dead, pure hatred, right? It's the left that hates. And, you know, there's a psychological condition called projection, and that's what I think the left does. They're haters, and so they project that on other people. See, because they hate, they assume that other people do when they don't. And it's the left that hates, and it's the left, that doesn't seem to care about the adverse consequences of the policies that they advocate. They just want to continue to accuse the people who are actually trying to do good of being haters. Also, on the same vein, have a listen to Dana Milbanks. This is on Al Sharpton's show, also on MSNBC. And she is comparing the Koch brothers to demons with pitchforks. I guess she really hates the Koch brothers, right? Here, cut number 15.
I think the real question, Reverend Al, is why have they waited until now to do it? Harry Reid has been out there delivering this message for weeks, and I think others are just realizing the power of it. Look, everybody knows that in politics you need demons, and the Koch brothers are uniquely qualified to play that role. I mean, they couldn't be any better for it if they were carrying around pitchforks and had horns. It's two of the wealthiest people in the world, number 5 and 6 of the world's top billionaires, and they're got their money from oil. It's the sort of thing that can really motivate the Democratic base. Now,
yeah, so let's listen to that. So these are people that the Democrats can hate. Why? What's so horrible and terrible about the Koch brothers? Well, number one, they're rich. Right? So let's hate them because they were successful, because they earned money, right? They're the number 5 and 6 richest people in the world. Yeah, that's reason enough to hate them. Yes, why not, admire them for the success that they achieved? No, we want to hate them just because they succeeded. Just because they're rich, that's reason enough to hate them, right? But not only should we hate them because they're rich, but we should hate them because of how they got rich. In oil. Oh, my God. They got rich in oil. What does that mean? They got rich helping Americans drive their cars, get back and forth to work, help their kids get to school, help all the things that they buy, the food get delivered to the grocery store, right? The commerce is all dependent on fuel, your electricity, your heating. I mean, the whole economy runs on energy. And so we're supposed to hate these guys because they made their money in energy, because they got rich supplying us with what we need. I mean, imagine your life without oil or any byproducts from oil. Imagine how horrible life would be if nobody made any money in the oil business. Because if you couldn't make any money in oil, there'd be no oil. There'd be no gas station. So, what would it all be solar and wind? How much would your cars cost? If they had to be solar powered, or electric, or how much lower would your standard of living be if you had to get by without oil? How expensive would it be to fly in an airplane if it didn't have any jet fuel? Think about it. Think about how miserable life would be. What about the poor? They would be affected the most. How many people could afford to heat their homes, or air condition them? Could the supermarkets even keep food refrigerated? Could they even transport? I mean, think about how terrible things would be if people weren't getting rich in the oil market. Yet we're supposed to hate the Koch brothers because they made their money in oil. This is the integrity or the intelligence, the intellect of the left, right? We hate people who are rich, and we hate people who made their money in oil. We would prefer that nobody make any money in oil. We would prefer that nobody got rich. Okay, so nobody gets rich, so nobody invents anything that lots of people want to buy. Nobody starts a business that lots of people want to patronize. Nobody hires a lot of people, right? Let's make sure that nobody gets rich so that we have nobody to hate. The left, they pretend that they care about the workers, right? They care so much about the workers. Well, why don't they care about the people who employ them? Why don't they care about the people who write the paychecks and make sure they don't bounce, right? You can't care about workers without caring about their employers. Yet, hey, they don't care anything about them. How many people do the Koch brothers employ? Hundreds of thousands. How many people, does MSNBC employ? Not nearly as many, right? Not nearly as many. 855-4SHIFT. That is our number. We got more Free Friday.